Hello everybody and welcome to Redmen TV and my match reaction after Liverpool somehow drew 1-1 with Manchester City, and my somehow is very much aimed in the direction of how have we not won that game of footy. Liverpool, we were unbelievable with so many key absentees. We know all about them. I don't need to tell you who was missing. Obviously you can add Ibu Konate to that list as well. A relatively inexperienced side put out with like Harvey Elliott, Conor Bradley, of course Joel Quansah, still cutting their teeth in many ways. I mean, Harvey Elliott's more experienced now, but he's still only 20 years old. So the resilience, the spirit, the character and the performance from the Reds was honestly unbelievable. Like, what an effort. Anfield was absolutely at its absolute best, as you'd come to expect in a game of this magnitude, with so many sort of title ramifications and implications on the line. Liverpool were at it, we really were, and it felt actually for the first sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes perhaps, that we were in for a long afternoon, because City started off, credit where credit's due, City started off superbly well, and I thought this is looking a little bit, is it one game too far? Is it sort of a step up in class too far for some of these lads? And like I say, this little bit of a mismatched team in terms of putting people in, new partnerships, new faces. Have we gone a bit too far to the well in the past 3 or 4 weeks? But credit to us as well, we absolutely responded superbly, and after weathering a little bit of a storm, we were probably the better team for sort of the 10 minutes that followed. And it was in that spell, it was sort of the back end of that spell, they actually went 1-0 down. We had some half chances ourselves in that period. Goal disallowed as well. Luis Diaz found the back of the net, and Darwin Núñez was adjudged correctly to be offside in the build-up, which was quite frustrating, to be honest, because Núñez spent a lot of the first half offside. There's a lot of good stuff, but there was moments whereby the killer pass was going, and he was going at the right time, but Núñez just couldn't keep himself on the right side defender, which was getting quite annoying, to be honest. But Man City, sucker punch in a way, really, because like I say, Liverpool had weathered the storm, and we started to really get a foothold and grow into the game. We were starting to dictate terms a little bit, a lot of which came through Alexis McAllister, who was just superb again. Wataru Endo, likewise, in alongside him. Absolutely brilliant performance from him. But City scored at the near post, and it's quite a tame goal to concede defensively from the Reds, because having dealt with a lot of what Man City have to throw at us, which, as we know, is all the movement, it's the third man runners, it's the pressing, it's the incisive passing, it's Erling Haaland, of course, it's Phil Foden. We can see from a corner, and it's McAllister should do better at the near post for me. He gets kind of just a little bit too easily just kind of manoeuvred out of the way. And John Stones steals a march at the near post. Darwin Núñez loses him as well, which isn't great defending. And yeah, finds the gap and just beats Kevin Keller on the near post. So yeah, annoying really, because like I say, Liverpool had just started to really grow into the game and sort of rise to the occasion and the challenge a little bit. But credit to us again, we responded really well thereafter and had chances to get on level terms before the break. Couldn't capitalise on any of them. Darwin Núñez had a couple. Dom Szoboszlai had a big header, a free header really inside the box, and he just couldn't direct it on target, and that was a moment. And Luis Diaz likewise did really well. And it was kind of the story of Luis Diaz's game, to be honest with you. Time and time again, he was getting himself in good opportunities in the final third, but kept missing the target. And we'll come on to the details as to why and how a bit later. But this occasion in the first half, he gets himself half a yard on the edge of the box. And it was a little bit of his trademark finish when he was at Porto. We've not seen enough. It's similar to what he did do against Palace. That's what you wanted. But instead, he fires it back across himself and misses the target. So a little bit annoying. But Liverpool are well sort of in the game at this point in half time, and it felt like if we carried on in that manner, there would be more chances and more clear-cut chances at that. And obviously we had Salah up our sleeve and stuff, so I was never too down about the first half performance, despite being 1-0 down at the break. And as proven, started the second half really well again, and we win a penalty. It's a poor back pass from Nathan Ake. Darwin Núñez capitalises on it, gets there first, knocks it round Ederson. Ederson wipes him out and subsequently has to get taken off a few minutes later because it was a big old collision, I think, with Ederson's thigh. But nailed on penalty. McAllister had to wait an absolute eternity before taking it, before he duly slots home. Good penalty, actually, after waiting so long as well. And Liverpool were at it. Man City were shaken, they were rocked. The Anfield factor was definitely getting to them at that point. They were all over the place. Passes were misplaced. Liverpool, we felt like we were in the ascendancy, and then we introduced Salah, and it all just seemed to be coming together nicely. And I'll be honest with you, we should have won the game from there on out. For the final half an hour, 35 minutes, we were by far the better team. We carved open some massive opportunities. Luis Diaz had 2 or 3 gilt-edged chances that he's got to do better with. On one of them, he takes a touch and Kyle Walker steals in and just pokes it away. There's another one when he gets it right touch-wise. Salah finds him. He's one-on-one with the keeper and he fires it wide. Honestly, it was They hit the post, don't get me wrong, and they had a Phil Foden one, which hit the bar as well. We're kind of off his hands and won the counter anyway. So City had a couple of moments, but we were all over them. They were shaken, they were panicking, they were frantic at the back. We should have capitalised on it. We should have put them to the sword. We should have took advantage, because that was them at their worst, and that was us at our absolute best for a little bit. It was good. I'll be honest. Despite not winning the game, there's loads and loads of positives to take from that. When you consider how under strength we remained and how many key players we've got to add back into this side, like, we mean business. No matter what happens between now and the end of the season, like, I know there's still 10 games to go and there's loads more to fight for in terms of all three fronts, but I'm so pleased with this fight and the character and the spirit that we're showing week in, week out. It's just a joy to watch, and it was on display again today. One more talking point to touch on before I go. Liverpool should have had a penalty, nailed on penalty for me. We had a flurry of late corners, and one of them, Alexis McAllister, tries to win a bouncing ball in the box, and Jeremy Doku just studs up in the chest, as you do. No punishment. VAR took a decent look at it by all accounts. It took a while. No penalty. Couldn't believe it. Mike Dean on comms, or not commentary, but, you know, Gary Neville on comms definitely was like, oh, he's in trouble, doing his old usual way. Yeah, just a nailed on penalty, and it would have been a 98th minute chance for probably Mo Salah to win the game. Typical. Wasn't to be. VAR absolutely stitching us once again. Officials, nice one, lads, appreciate it. But yeah, honestly, I probably missed loads of talking points. It was a breathless game before footy, it really was. But Liverpool were exceptional, deserved to win the game, didn't. 1-1. We live to fight another day. Far from the end of the world, that result. 10 games to go in the Premier League. If we play anything like that, we'll walk this league. Honestly, we were absolutely exceptional. Man City were rocked. They were all over the place at times. They've got to play Arsenal yet. Let's go and do this, because that was some performance, Liverpool, honestly. Alexis McAllister, magnificent. Luis Diaz, end product left little to be desired, but he was really good, honestly. His effort, his work rate, his endeavour, he was never shied away from anything. He was sublime. One run in particular, lung-busted run from one end of the pitch to the other, was just quality, high quality. So, yeah, honestly, to a man, wonderful performance. Gutted, frustrated we couldn't get the job done because we deserved to. Sound, loads more content to do. I'll see you all again soon. Sorry I spoke really fast, but yeah, it was one of them games. I spoke in the manner of which the game was played. See you soon. Take it easy.